question that has plagued every thinking being, every philosopher, and every spiritual guru. A question rooted in consciousness itself, spawned at the very dawn of creation, now formulated through eons of evolution. If we could divest ourselves of all material possessions, to still our minds against the infinite flow of information, releasing every attachment and every earthly desire, until we coalesce into the transcendent madness of true self and the attainment of perfect equilibrium, both lost and found in the awareness of everything. What would we do then?
Might as well buy some gear, right? So, the gear that I'm talking about is, of course, music gear. Why? What else did you think I was talking about? So, I've long said that I believe that you really don't need a lot of expensive gear to make great sounding music. And I certainly believe that and stick by that. Let us just pause for a moment while we observe the music producer in his natural environment. Certainly capable of many things, but not apparently opening a cardboard box. Thankfully, the manufacturer has provided a handy tear-off strip. So, with that being said, I've just bought myself a new bit of kit, and that is the Stylophone DS-2 Drone Synth, which is part of the CPM, or Compact Portable Modular range from Dubrek. Now, there's plenty of other videos out there talking about the features of this thing, people that have far more knowledge about synthesizers than myself. This is actually the first synthesizer that I've ever bought and owned. So I will leave it to other people to discuss and elaborate on the features of this device. So I'm very quickly going to just point out the key main features and what you get in the box. And then of course we will do some sound demos so that you get an idea of what this thing sounds like and what it's capable of.
Right. How do I get some sound out of this thing? Do I need to turn the speaker on? Main out.
Often referred to as a useful dumb beast, Musicus Producicus does display an interest in tools made by other, more advanced creatures.
Hang on. We might be... No. Do I need to turn the...
But his primitive intellect renders him ineffective at putting them to use, except perhaps as a crude clubbing weapon.
Okay, that speaker is incredibly quiet. Still, it seems to be working, which is good. Oh! Ah. Cool.
So before we get to some proper sound demos, I'll probably do a jam in a little while. I thought we'd just run through some of the main controls on here. First of all though, do you like my new trendy wooden backdrop? It's actually just a few planks of pallet wood on my desk, but anyway, yeah, look at that. Anyway, right, so yeah, this thing is powered by either batteries, 6 AA batteries, which are included in the box, or it can run off mains, which is 12 volt DC. It doesn't come with a power supply, but I've just been running it off batteries so far. It also comes with various patch cables. So you have, I think there's 6 in total. You've got 4 just standard patch cables of varying lengths. We also have this kind of splitter cable, I guess you'd call that, and a cable that's got, you know, an attenuator on it. You can adjust the volume, so I guess adjust the level of the signal that's being sent via that. So that's really nice that you get all of that included in the box. So essentially this really is a portable device. You have everything in the box you need to take this somewhere and just start using it. You've got a speaker, so I mean ideally you'd probably want to have headphones or be able to plug it into some louder speakers, but there's nothing to stop you, with everything in the box, starting to use this and have fun with it, which I think is excellent. Also, you also get this little doodad, which is a kind of a clip that will allow you to attach, you know, 2 or more of these modules together, and presumably that will fit any devices they bring out in the CPM range. I'm sure they have got some other devices planned. So yeah, really good. Let's just have a listen to these drone oscillators. So we have 2 identical oscillators. Let's just bring the... So I'm just adjusting the cutoff there of the filter. So each oscillator has its own filter. Quite a large range on the pitch of the oscillators. These are analog, by the way. Each oscillator also has its own dedicated sub oscillator, and we can dial that in. So and we can go choose between -1 or -2 octaves. And then we also have, let's just get that quietened down a little bit. We also can select between different waveforms. We can morph between or blend between square. Let's open the cutoff a little bit. So we've got square, triangle, and sawtooth. And like I say, that's the same for both oscillators. So just with the bare oscillators, if you like, you know, we can already start to get some interesting textures and tones. Let's bring the resonance up a bit. Yeah, so there we go. Now, where the interest really comes in is with the Ultra LFO, which is an LFO that can range between 0.07 hertz, I believe, and up to 70 hertz. So let's just give ourselves some volume again. Now, at the moment, I've got both of them set to off. So there's 2 separate LFOs. However, they are controlled by a single rate knob. There are various different waveforms for each LFO. Let's get these. Oh, they're off. Help if I put one of these on. the other one going. Now we have LFO depth for each oscillator here, which can be, they're bipolar, so it can go negative and positive. We also have an LFO depth for the filters, again, that can go negative and positive. We also have these switches here which determine the destination for these filters. So oscillator 1, oscillator 2, filter 1 and filter 2. I love the fact that you can go really slow with these LFOs, so you can get these long drawn out drones with occasional sort of pulsing characteristics. Now there are no envelopes on this, so it's really nice to have this feature. Now on top of this we also have an effects section, so we have a reverb. Let me dial some wet into this. We have various different algorithms. We've got 1, 2, 3 room algorithms. We have a plate 1 and 2. So yeah, 3 room algorithms. The plate 1 and 2. We have hall 1, hall 2, and then a ch hall, which I'm guessing is like a church hall. And then we also have a delay. Now, this delay is based on the PT2399 chip, which I've used in some builds of various things I've been messing around with. It's a great delay chip. There's a lot of things you can do with it. You can dial the feedback amount up. And there's a wet and dry control. Really adds an extra dimension. Now it can be a little bit noisy, but I find that the noise it adds actually adds quite a nice bit of texture and grit to a lot of the patches. The other good thing about the delay is that it can actually be affected by the LFO. So we can choose between wave 1 or wave 2 of the LFO and then dial in the amount. Bring in some reverb. I mean, so already we're getting in some really interesting territory. Now, obviously, on top of this, we can also add in the patching capabilities. So, for example, I'll tell you what, let's use this splitter one. We'll send this to a couple of different places. Let's go to, I don't know, the cutoff on here. And we'll go to the pitch on the drone 2. Now the filters can be high pass or low pass. I've got both of them on low pass at the moment. Let's experiment with those. And maybe let's take the output of wave 1 to, I don't know, we'll do the pitch of, maybe we'll try the pulse width modulation input. Now we also have a hard sync and a pitch link. Don't ask me what that actually does, but let's flip the switches and see what kind of sounds we can get from that. So this is with the hard sync on. Try the pitch link. hopefully you can see just how much fun it is to play with this. I told myself that I wouldn't get lost for hours and film an incredibly long demo, but you can really just get lost in a mesmerizing world of sound very quickly. So yeah, I apologize. Don't really apologize. If you like making drone kind of dark ambient sonic textures and landscapes, this thing is awesome. I really do love this little thing. I think it's fantastic for the price, especially. It's extremely affordable and you get so much with that. This isn't a paid sponsorship, by the way. I bought this with my own money. I just really like this thing and I wanted to share it with you guys. You know, if I had to pick up on any kind of downside with this, I guess the only thing that I would say is I don't really like the design on the box. Yeah, that's it. So, but you know, we can throw the box away, can't we? But this thing, I really genuinely do think this is fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say about it so far. Now, this is new to me. Maybe I'm sure this will feature again in future videos. Maybe I'll do a follow-up in a few months' time or something, or a year's time, and see what my thoughts are then, see whether I've grown to love it even more or if I've found certain problems or limitations with it. But I can't see that happening somehow. I think that this is just fantastic, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little demonstration, and please click like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. And yeah, I will see you again real soon. My camera's just died, so I guess we'll finish this video in darkness. Maybe that's fitting. I don't know. See you again soon. Peace out.